Hi, I'm Heintzel. If you want to ignore a short talk, skip the first 48 seconds of this video, and I'll see you over there. Okay, so anyway, I want to go into a short talk with you. I know this is kind of stupid, but I want to go over what happened. So actually, I haven't been posting videos for a while. I was on a church retreat for a while, and I got back and my dog actually passed away, so I just wasn't really in the mood to make videos. I'm still not in the best mood, so I'm sorry if this video is a little lacking in support, but that is why I was gone, and I should be back now in full swing, or we'll see. But please forgive me if I'm a little slow on the talking or in the future videos. Also, I want to give a shout out to Twitch streamer Heintzel Greg. Please go check him out. He's a really nice guy, and it's just an amazing channel. I promised I'd give him this, so yeah, go check him out on Twitch. Anyways, without that, let's get straight into the video. Thank you so much, and I hope everything is understandable. Goodbye. Okay, we are back in the long-awaited third episode of 5 Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin. So I'm gonna let you enjoy this little intro quick, and then I'll be right back.
Ow, my head. Where'd that freaking Monty thing go? I better find a way out before it comes back.
Okay, we are now in RUINED Monty Golf, the place where we're actually going to learn almost all of Ruin's basic mechanics and how to actually play the game. So it's pretty important that we're going to be getting the Vanny Mask, which is going to be a tool we're going to use all throughout Ruin, and it is very important to the story of the game and the actual gameplay of the game as well. So we're actually going to get that up here very soon when we get grabbed by MaskBot. I'm not going to go into the lower MaskBot because I know it's really complicated. But as you saw right there, there's MaskBot going to grab us. He's going to give us this Vanny Mask, which we'll be able to put on. And we'll unlock the little helpy thing, help you with an eye for some reason here, which is part of the Vanny Network mask. And he's going to be giving us little tips and helps during the game. Or sometimes he's going to be trying to get us hurt or damaged, but it's fine because we're going to ignore some of his messages. Helpy isn't that useful, and we're kind of mostly going to ignore him, especially since I'm going to be giving you a run through how to play the game. You don't actually have to worry about Helpy's messages. Okay, so we'll ignore through all of this after Cassie just got implemented with that little chip right there, which is probably why everything seems weird when she takes the mask off and on. But that's just my theory there. I won't be doing any theory videos in this video, but there'll be plenty of those very soon, so stay tuned here. Okay, so we're gonna take our Vanny Mask, which I said is very important, and you can actually put it on and off using whatever button works for you, depending on what you're playing on. Xbox, PC, PlayStation. I'm personally playing on PlayStation, but all gameplay is the same besides buttons. So you're actually supposed to go right, but we're gonna go left to get an optional gift. If you wanna get an AR optional gift, I'll show you where to get that. So if you saw, there was nothing there, but once you put the mask on, you'll be able to see a gift that it wasn't there before. So we'll grab that gift, and again, that was optional. And if you look back, that box which we're going through right now was actually there in real life, but isn't there in the AR world. So that's how you're gonna use the mask. And you have to take your mask off to do the fast wrench puzzles. This is something that people get a little mixed up, but yes, the mask has to be off when doing fast wrench puzzles. But like I said, the main thing you did back there is what the Vanny Mask is used for. When you see an area that's blocked off and it's a little blurred, put your Vanny Mask on to walk through it, and that'll make it a lot simpler to deal with. The next thing we're going to learn how to use is this little guy right here. These are pat-pats, as Dawko calls them, or wet floor signs, as they're actually called. And wet floor signs are only useful if you want to see Ruin's Glamrock Bonnie. So I'll be showing you throughout these playthroughs on how to deactivate all those. That's the very first one you can deactivate. And once you put on the Vanny Mask, you can actually deactivate those. Once you see them, they also cry, so if you can't find them, listen for crying. That should tell you. And yeah, that's how we deactivate wet floor signs. If we deactivate all of them, we'll be able to unlock Ruin Glamrock Bonnie inside of Bonnie Bowl. Okay, as you saw, the door is blurry right there, and that's telling us that there's actually a secret gift in here. So again, look for those little blurred sections. That means you can use your mask to go through there, and you can't do that in the real world. So we're going to keep our AR mask on and off using a short burst. As you'll see, we'll eventually be getting to our first hostile section up here, so we're going to start learning that early. Okay, the next thing we're going to learn is cameras over here to our left, which we'll go over too. Now, cameras are not that important in this game, if I'm being honest, especially here. The main mechanic is teaching you how to use is calling animatronics away using the intercom system. This is only useful one other time in the game, and if you don't do it here, you won't even die, so it doesn't really matter. But basically, you go to the camera and you push X, as it says here, to call Monty over to wherever you want to use him using Cassie's voice. This will be used later in the Chica's Bakery section, but that is the only other time it's used that I know of, so it's not that useful of a skill here. But we're going to do that, and we're going to ignore all of Helpy's text and talking because we're not too worried about that. Okay, after that, we're going to make our way over this little ramp, and we'll make our way over to the back 9 of the Monty's mini golf game. Now, we're going to ignore it for now, but if you want to play it, you're welcome to. I will be making a future video on that here very soon. If you want to go watch my first video on the first Monty Golf mini golf game and how to get under par, and way under par actually, then please go check that out. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, we're going to make our way over this, and we're going to see Helpy. He's pointing us to go left, and that's where we need to go. Again, you can see the little blurry section there. So that means put on your Vanny Mask to go through it, and we'll continue our way here. So technically, Monty should be in there, because that's where we called him to. But like I said, it won't really matter. Okay, anytime you see these little black rectangles with the little purple neon-ness on top of it, that means take your Vanny Mask off. So if you ever see those, it means the game's forcing you to take your Vanny Mask off. So take it off, and it shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, we'll be making our way here. We're about to see RUINED Monty, but he won't actually be able to do anything, so just ignore him for now. As you saw, he's right there. He just kind of spawns in and then runs over here and despawns, so he can't kill you. Don't worry. This part of the game isn't really that hostile until you get to up the stairs. So as you saw, that electrified door there is where we need to go. But we're going to go right into this little trailer right here to get a secret gift. There's actually 2 secret gifts in here you can get. One of them is an AR gift, and one is a real world gift I did not get. But if you took your mask off and looked around that trailer right there, you would find a real world gift, which is a comic strip in there if you want to get that as well. Okay, so where we actually need to go is up these stairs, where we'll learn something very new called child and parent nodes. Now, parent nodes are these giant bunny things that are connected to child nodes through wires. So once we see the parent node, we're going to follow the wires to the child nodes, and we have to deactivate the child nodes to actually access the parent node. I know it sounds a little complicated, but it's not as complicated as it seems. If you want to know how many child nodes there are, check your FAS wrench. It'll tell you on the FAS wrench. Or you can look at the little diamonds on top of the parent node. If there's one child node. If there's two child nodes, and the rest is pretty simple. So yeah, that's how you access parent and child nodes, and I'll be showing you how to do that right here. And after we get this section, we're also going to have to be careful of MXCS, which is our newest threat to the game. Actually, our biggest threat to the game. So yeah. Okay, so we're going to make our way over here. As you can see, this section right here is blurry. It means to put our Vanny Mask on. And there is the parent node. And right here is the child node. But if you couldn't find that, you'd follow that little red wire leading from the parent node to the child node, which will take us over to the child node. And as you can see on the wrench right there, it said 0 of 1. We now have 1 of 1, which means we can access the parent node. And the parent nodes are simple little puzzles. We have to connect the 2 objects to each other without crossing them. So as you can see, we're mixing the cupcake and the lightning bolt flight. There's also another AR gift we're going to grab over here. Again, these are all optional, so if you can just ignore these if you want to. Okay, we'll grab that, and since we just did the little child node and parent node thing, we're actually able to go under here. And once we go under a few stacks of boxes, we're going to get to our first threat, the MXCS system. Now, the MXCS system is basically a deterrent from forcing the player to not use their mask the entire time. So, if you keep the Vanny Mask on for too long, MXCS will appear, and if he comes too close to you or touches you, he'll call over a hostile animatronic, which is Monty here, who will kill you. However, I'm going to show you how to do that, and we're actually not going to see MXCS at all, because I know how to use the mask effectively. Basically, what you're going to do is use the mask in short bursts, and just completely ignore seeing MXCS at all, which you should here. The key to the camera system right there, it's not at all needed. You can completely ignore it. Like I said, cameras here aren't that useful. The first thing we're going to do is go over here and deactivate this guy. Again, this is optional, only if you want to see RUINED Glamrock Bonnie, and I don't really care, so I'm going to deactivate him. Next thing I'm going to do is deactivate our first child node, which I actually just know where it's at. If you didn't know, you could follow the wires. But it's that little barrel right there on the left, and as you can see, the wrench says 0 of 2, which means we need to get 2 done. And there's 1 done. And I'm going to take my mask off directly after this to avoid seeing MXCS. And we're going to walk over here to the next child node, and we're going to grab that with our fast wrench too, which for some reason doesn't pop up here. It definitely should, but it's fine. Okay, so now we have both of those deactivated, which means we can access the parent node, and I know where that's at. If you don't, it's right here. And as you can see, the 2 diamonds right there on the sides tell you how many child nodes there are, or you can look at your wrench. And this puzzle's pretty simple, but the hard part here is that mixes can come if you take too long here. So just take that and then take your mask off directly afterwards, which I just did right here. Now this is where you could really see mixes if you mess up. There are 3 child nodes in here. One's right here. So we're going to grab the child node, deactivate it, and then immediately take our mask off to avoid mixes popping up and us getting killed by Monty. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to put it back on for this little putter for our second one, and the third one, which is in the far right corner, for accessing the pair node. So as you can see, I'm taking it on and off to avoid seeing mixes, because we don't want to deal with him right now. Okay, one more thing. If you do happen to die here, there are save checkpoints in the game. It won't show you like security breach, where you actually choose your save point. But yeah, there are save points here, so don't worry about going too far back. But we're going to avoid dying altogether completely throughout this gameplay, so that's the goal. Okay, we actually just deactivated the parent node, which will de-electrify that door we just saw. So now we can head back. We can get grab by Monty here, or at least we'll try to grab him. But we shouldn't have too much to worry about, because he can't even do anything. Okay, we'll make our way all the way through all of this. Monty's trapped below us, is what we're supposed to think. And it's fine. There's not much to worry about. So we'll make our way back through all of this, now knowing that we have the door unlocked, and Mixus is kind of gone. So yeah, that's pretty much what you have to do to beat all of the Ruined Monty Golf sections. And we actually gained a lot of information. We learned how to get AR gifts, real world gifts, the wet floor signs, how they work, how to use the Vanny Mask, how to deactivate parent nodes and child nodes, and how to go through things that were originally blocked. So, as you can see, that door is now unlocked, and we can actually go inside, where we'll find 2 more wet floor signs we can deactivate. Again, you don't have to do this if you don't really care about some secrets of the game, but I know several people do, so I'm just going to show you how to do it right here. One's right here. We're going to come over here using our mask. Remember, your mask has to be on to actually deactivate them. And we'll take out that guy. And there's actually one more in here. I don't know why they chose to put 2 in here, but there is. So yeah, we'll go run over here and grab the second one right there, and that'll be our second little wet floor sign we need to kill. Okay, now we can actually head back into this main hallway, which is where we'll end the video in the main office over here. And just a reminder, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and check out the other 2 episodes before this. They're really interesting, where we get to learn how to beat the lobby section of the game, and also the basement, or the basement is what I'm going to call it there. It's not really the basement. But yeah, so that's basically how to beat Ruined Monty Golf. And if you're excited to see the daycare next, then please stay tuned and subscribe. Okay, we're going to do this one more Fast Friends puzzle. We haven't seen too many of these right now, but there will be plenty of these throughout the game. If you want to see how to do that, go check out my first video, or technically my second video on that, where we actually deactivate our first one. But for now, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is get those little power markers inside that little black section at the same time. Okay, we're now in the office, which is right here. And I'll end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.